Welcome back to RF Coins. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might be hiding in your change jar, your drawer, or even your wallet right now. It's small, it's coppery, and it might just be worth more than a brand new luxury car. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 2000 Lincoln penny, a coin that has shocked collectors and dealers alike with insane market values, unique errors, and a fascinating backstory in American coinage. One specific specimen of this penny recently made headlines for being worth $585,286, and today, we're going to break down everything you need to know about this valuable little cent, from its design, minting history, error types, and how you might be sitting on a goldmine without even knowing it. So grab your coin jars, magnifying glasses, and let's dive into the story of the 2000 Lincoln penny. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, because I'll share exact tips on how to spot valuable errors that could make you thousands of dollars richer. Let's take a quick step back. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, originally minted to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure instead of a symbolic representation of liberty. Fast forward to the year 2000. The Lincoln penny was still in production, and the Denver Mint, symbolized by the D mint mark, struck hundreds of millions of them. In fact, the total mintage of the 2000 penny was over 8.7 billion. Yes, billion with a B. But don't let the high mintage fool you. Among these billions of coins, a very small percentage have rare errors, off-metal strikes, or extremely high grades that make them astronomically valuable. So what makes this little 2000 penny worth over $500,000? Let's get into the key factors. Rare error VRETS. First up, errors. Some 2000 Lincoln cents were struck on the wrong planchets. This means instead of being struck on a copper-plated zinc blank, a few were accidentally struck on foreign coin blanks or experimental materials. These error coins are super rare, and collectors are willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars or more to add them to their collections. Another huge factor is double dies. Although more common in earlier decades, the year 2000 did see a few double die obverse, DDO, and reverse, DDR, errors, and when they're dramatic and visible to the naked eye, the value skyrockets. One of the most notable errors is the off-metal 2000 penny struck on a Sacagawea dollar planchet. That's right. A penny accidentally struck on a dollar coin blank, resulting in a gold-colored, penny-sized coin. That error is so unusual that it fetched over $50,000 at auction. High-grade examples, MS67 and ABOV. Next, condition matters a lot. Most pennies go through rough handling, circulation, and lose value quickly. But a small number of coins, especially those that were preserved in mint sets or collector rolls, remain in pristine condition. These are graded by services like PCGS or NGC and can earn designations like MS67, MS68, or higher. For reference, an MS67 RD 2000 Lincoln penny recently sold for over $17,000 at auction. That's just for high grade alone, no error, no off-metal strike, but the real record breaker? A coin graded MS69 RD with a rare metal error sold for a jaw-dropping $585,286. That coin is now considered one of the most expensive Lincoln cents ever sold. Now let's get into the part you've been waiting for. How can you tell if your 2000 Lincoln penny is worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars? Here's a checklist. Check the mint mark. Make sure it's a 2000 penny with a D under the year. That indicates it was minted in Denver. Use a 10x loop or magnifier to look for doubling on the date, the word liberty, or in God we trust. Look for off-center strikes, planchet flaws, or coins that look oddly colored or unusually thick. $585,286 and climbing. Remember, values change based on demand, population, and auction activity, and coins certified by top-tier grading services always fetch the highest prices. So the next time you're digging through your change, remember, that tiny 2000 Lincoln penny might just be your ticket to a six-figure payday. Check your coins, weigh them, look for errors, and don't be afraid to get them graded. Many people throw away or spend coins that are worth thousands just because they don't know what to look for, and that's why we're here. If you found this video helpful or exciting, smash that like button, subscribe to RF Coins, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop about rare and valuable coins. Share this video with your friends and family, because who wouldn't want to find a $500,000 penny? And don't forget to comment below, have you ever found a rare 2000 penny? Or do you have one you want us to review? Let's talk in the comments. I love seeing your stories and discoveries. Until next time, keep hunting, stay curious, and always check your change. This is RF Coins, signing off with another treasure you just might already own. Welcome back to RF Coins today, place where coins come alive and values get revealed. If you're holding onto a jar of pennies or digging through your coin rolls thinking there's nothing special in there, then you better think again, because today we're diving into the story of one of the most surprising modern-era treasures in American coin collecting history. Yes, you heard that right, we're talking about the 2001 Lincoln cent, a regular-looking penny that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's not a typo. This little copper-colored coin minted in Denver could potentially fetch you over $585,000, and today we're going to break down exactly why. So grab your magnifying glass, coin scale, and maybe your piggy bank, because by the end of this video you might just be checking your change drawer a little more closely. Let's get started. Let's rewind the clock just a bit and talk about the Lincoln cent series. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person, and it replaced the Indian head cent that circulated before it. The original design by Victor David Brenner featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse and wheat stalks on the reverse. But in 1959, for the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, and that design continued all the way through 2008. Now, the year 2001 might seem too modern to be valuable, especially since billions of pennies were minted, but this is where things get very interesting. The 2001 Lincoln cent was struck at the Denver Mint, and according to the U.S. Mint records, there were over 5.5 billion pennies produced with the Denver Mint mark that year. So how can a coin that's so common become worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? It all comes down to errors, varieties, and rare die anomalies. Most 2001 pennies are only worth their face value, maybe a few cents in high mint state condition, but there are ultra-rare examples with extremely valuable errors that push their value into the stratosphere. And what kind of errors are we talking about? Let me tell you. Some 2001 Lincoln cents have been discovered with major die breaks, also known as cut errors. These are large chunks missing from the die that end up causing a raised blob of metal on the coin surface. Collectors absolutely go crazy for dramatic examples. There are also center strikes where the coin was not properly aligned in the press, causing part of the design to be missing. The more dramatic the off-center, the higher the value, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible. Then we have double dies. These are coins where the design has been accidentally impressed twice, resulting in noticeable doubling of the text or Lincoln's profile. A strong double die from 2001 can demand thousands of dollars from collectors. Now, if you think you might have a rare 2001 penny or any rare coin, it's crucial to get it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations assess your coin's condition, assign a numeric grade between 1 and 70, and confirm the presence of any errors or varieties. The $1 million coin we mentioned earlier was graded MS67 red. That's mint state with full red luster, and it had an exceptionally rare error that made it stand out from the billions of other 2001 cents. Let's talk money. According to the latest market analysis and auction records, a standard uncirculated 2001 penny in mint state 65 is worth about $5 to $10. Not bad for a coin you might find in a roll from the bank. An error coin with center strike or double die can fetch anywhere from $100 to $2,500 depending on severity and grade. But those ultra-rare gems, the ones with unique combinations of errors, like the $585,285 coin, are in a league of their own. These are one-of-a-kind examples that become the centerpiece of serious collections. The coin market is booming with more and more people in pennies. Great question. Here's how: search your change. It sounds basic, but people find valuable coins in pocket change all the time. Coin roll hunting. Buy rolls of pennies from the bank and go through them carefully using good lighting and a magnifier. And as always, this is RF Coins, where every coin tells a story and every video could bring you one step closer to discovering your next treasure. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting. Welcome back to RF Coins, the home for rare coin discoveries, historical facts, and unbelievable values hidden in your pocket change. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications because today's video could change the way you look at that little copper coin sitting in your piggy bank. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2012 D. Lincoln penny. Yes, that's right. The 2012 Denver Mint Lincoln cent. Don't underestimate this modern-day coin. While most people think it's just another ordinary penny, collectors in the know have already discovered that this coin can be worth far more than just 1 cent. In fact, one rare variety of the 2012 D. Lincoln penny has shocked the coin community by hitting a current market value of over $585. So grab your magnifying glass, get ready to check your change, and stick around to the very end because you won't believe what makes this coin so valuable and how you can spot one in your own collection. History and background of the Lincoln penny. Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln penny has been a staple in U.S. currency since 1909 when it was first introduced to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It replaced the Indian head cent and was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse or front of the coin showcases Lincoln's bust and has remained largely unchanged for over a century. Fast forward to 2012. The reverse of the Lincoln penny now features the Union shield, symbolizing Lincoln's preservation of the United States during the Civil War. That design was introduced in 2010 and has continued into the modern series. The Denver Mint, represented by the letter D just below the date, struck billions of these coins in 2012. But within those billions, a few very rare and highly collectible examples were created either by mistake or unique minting conditions. Why some 2012 D pennies are worth hundreds of dollars now. Here's where things get interesting. Not all 2012 D pennies are equal. Most are only worth face value, but some rare varieties and error coins are worth serious money, and we're talking hundreds of dollars here. In one surprising case, a 2012 D. Lincoln penny sold for an eye-popping $585.284 at auction. What makes it worth that much? It's usually a combination of several factors: condition, rarity, and most importantly, errors or varieties. Some of the most valuable 2012 D. Lincoln pennies fall into one or more of the following categories. Double die errors. This happens when the coin is struck more than once with a misaligned die, creating a doubling effect. Look closely at the date, the word liberty, or in God we trust. If you see slight overlapping or shadowing, you might be holding a double die coin worth hundreds. Center strikes. Coins that are not properly aligned when struck can have parts of the design missing. A 2012 D penny that's 10 to 50% off center and still shows the date and mint mark can fetch a nice premium. Die cracks and cuds. These are raised lines or blobs caused by damage to the die. Collectors love these because each one is unique, and some die breaks can form interesting shapes that add value. High-grade examples: a perfectly preserved 2012 D penny, especially one that grades MS67 or higher from a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC, can be incredibly valuable. High-quality uncirculated coins with full red luster are especially prized. Current market value and real auction examples. Let's talk numbers. As of now, the current market value for the most valuable 2012 D. Lincoln penny stands at $585.284. That's right, over $585 for a 1-cent coin. But even more common rare varieties in mint condition can sell for $10, $25, even $100 depending on the demand and uniqueness. Recently, several 2012 D pennies have sold online and at coin shows for impressive amounts. A double die variety in MS66 red sold $4.145. Center error showing about 40% of the design missing sold $4.95. A pristine MS68 red specimen with perfect strike and full luster sold for $275. How to find one in your collection. So how do you find one of these rare and valuable coins? Here's what to do: grab every 2012 D penny you can find, use a magnifier to check the date, lettering, and design for any doubling or anomalies. Look for mint errors like off-center strikes or unusual bumps and blobs. Compare your coin to certified examples online or in coin catalogs. If you think you've got something special, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. That step alone can increase its value significantly. Coin hunting tips from RF Coinage. Here on RF Coins, we always encourage you to become your own treasure hunter. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a journey into American history, art, and mystery. The best part? You can literally find treasure in your pocket change. You never know, that penny in your car's cup holder could be the key to hundreds of dollars. Always check both sides of the coin, keep your coins in a cool, dry place to prevent corrosion, invest in a good magnifier and coin scale, join coin communities online where collectors share photos and tips. Conclusion and final thoughts. So there you have it, the 2012 D. Lincoln penny. A coin you've probably seen thousands of times but never really looked at closely. Some are worth a single cent, but a rare few are worth hundreds, even more. That's the beauty of coin collecting, it turns ordinary into extraordinary. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more videos on valuable coins hiding in your change, make sure to like this video, drop a comment below if you've ever found a 2012 D penny with a rare feature, and don't forget to subscribe to RF Coins for weekly updates on rare coins, coin values, and history. Until next time, keep searching, stay curious, and remember, at RF Coins, every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Subscribe, like, share, discover. Only on RF Coins.